What is up, everyone? We're back.
Man, we're all here at Carolina Adventure World just hanging out. Thanks a lot for tuning in.
Alright, what is up, everyone? Benny Rodriguez back with you again, and this is a cool video that I took when I broke off away from our riding team when we went up to ride in West Virginia. So what you're looking at here is the Pocahontas trail system. It is really beautiful. This is a trailhead that you can get to. We are in a small, kind of north of a small town called Bluefield, and the place where we stayed at was Buffalo Trail Cabins. It's right along the area of smaller towns surrounding Pinnacle Rock State Park in West Virginia. You have you got Falls Mills, Freeman, Pocahontas. The small town of Pocahontas is there. But that's where we're really at, and there some of the major routes around there are Route 52. You also have 102, and then the smaller street that we were staying off of was Lorton Lick Road, which I thought was kind of crazy too. But yeah, these are the Pocahontas trail systems. It's really nice out here. The weather was beautiful. We went riding the first weekend of October. And as you can see, it's just super beautiful. Now I will tell you, we went up there when it was really dry. So the only way I was able to capture this video was because I was by myself. I was cruising on my own, so I wasn't behind anyone. Because if I would have been, there's absolutely no way I would have been able to capture this video. But nonetheless, if you check it out, I think you're really gonna like it. So let's just ride for a minute. So the Pocahontas trail system is a real easy system, which I really enjoyed because it really is kind of like a trail map that allows you to just get out and not really have to worry about getting too technical. It's really great for families, especially if you have a kind of like a sensitive family that doesn't like to do anything really crazy. Jessica and I are really different. I love to get really technical. I love to go out, do rock climbing, and do some really steep hills, climbs, and things of that nature. But Jessica, my wife, does not. So this would have been a perfect trail system for her. If you have kids that you don't want to put in any type of jeopardy, as far as maybe getting a little too steep to side, tipping on one of your sides, or things like that. This also is the place to be. But nonetheless, very low key, no threat. There is one or two more difficult trails in the Pocahontas trail system, but I didn't get those on video. They are not really that bad either. The only thing I would be considered about is puncturing tires, because when you get into more moderate and the harder trail systems, you will see more rocks. You'll see much more sharper edges. So having a really good tire patch kit with you is really important. If you could even bring a spare tire, it'd probably be even better. think the funnest part for me when it came down to going through these trails, not being on a big trail system like this before, where there was actually very detailed maps with the roads and being able to ride on the roads, was definitely stopping along the way, looking at the map really well, figuring out where I was. It's really hard to lose your sense of mapping when you have GPS, when you have your cell phones and you have maps in your car that basically tell you exactly where to go. I thought that was really interesting and was something I really enjoyed, pulling that map out. I actually downloaded the maps onto my phone. You can go onto the Hatfield-McCoy Trail System website and you can download their maps that they have for each area that you go riding in. I was able to pull it up, kind of search where I wanted to go, and figure out how I was going to get there using the numbers. If you're looking really closely, if you've never been on a big trail system like this before where there are maps, they will put colors and numbers next to each trailhead as you jump into it, so that way you can refer back to the map and find out where you are. That was really fun for me. I don't think I would have been able to do that if I would have stayed in the larger group that I came down there with, simply because I just wouldn't have had the time. And when you're in a larger group, your folks usually want to keep it going until it's time to stop for a drink or grab a snack. So super fun. I really enjoyed that part. As the sun was going down, one of the things I really wish I was able to do out there, it's going to sound a little cheesy, but I really wish I was able to just pull over and camp. That's really what I wanted to do when I went out here. Now, I'm not sure if that's even possible or legal, but man, I would have given anything to have some gear with me, a sleeping bag, a tent, food, just to kind of pull off somewhere where there wasn't going to be a lot of riding and set up a base camp and hang out for the night. I think that would have been really cool. I still have yet to do that, and that's kind of been on my bucket list, is to load up my side-by-side, go out with my buddy Cody, and just ride somewhere until you can find a place to bed down, camp for the night. I think that would be really special. If you could do that out here, I think that would be super money. The bonfire as well. I mean, I don't know anybody. I love having a bonfire when I'm camping, so I think that would have been just icing on the cake. I think that would have been really cool. So if that's something that you can do or you want to do out here, I would definitely look into it. It would be worth it for sure. Alright, now we're on our way toward the trailhead where the road actually connects to the trail. This was one of the funner areas to drive up and down because it was so narrow. It's a little bit tricky getting two vehicles to pass each other. So I was kind of crossing my fingers the whole way going down here, hoping that there wasn't another side-by-side or four-wheeler crew coming up that I had to pass. But driving on the roads is really neat. I did have to ride at about 15 to 20 minutes from the Buffalo Trail cabins to get to this trailhead, which I thought was really cool. I have only been able to do that in a few different towns in New Mexico, where I was stationed before I came over here to the East Coast. There's a really cool little town called Red River. If you're ever in northern New Mexico and you're doing some riding or you're camping, look into a small town called Red River. You won't be disappointed. You can ride through the town there. It's just a very special place. It's one of my most favorite camping areas, and there are a ton of trails that surround that small town as well. So you can do a lot of camping and you can do a lot of riding out there. But yeah, this was really neat. All the roads that led to that trailhead were very well taken care of. That was good. We had obviously I had all my gear on, so you definitely want to make sure you have all your safety precautions in order. When you're riding on the roads out there, have your seatbelt, have your helmet, your gloves, your goggles, all that stuff needs to be on so that way you're safe. Only because I just don't trust anybody on the road. Even in my regular car, I'm driving pretty defensively. So nonetheless, folks, thanks a lot for tuning into this video. I hope you like it. If you have any questions specifically about the area surrounding where I was or the trails or map systems or whatever the case may be, just go ahead and leave those in the comments, and I hope to see you again soon.